everybody. One more minute, then we can start. We're just finalizing all of the audio and video. Thank you. Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to our Parrot third live stream YouTube video. My name is Delian. I'll be your presenter for today. And today I would like to go through our software package called Teach Infinity. So what is Teach Infinity? Now, for all of the viewers that watched last week's video with Paul, it is very similar to your Microsoft Whiteboard. It is just a software package that is accompanied by any one of our Parrot interactive solutions, being a touch LED or interactive IR board. To quickly explain where you can get it, on our website www.parrot.co.za, you can just scroll all the way down, and over here you will notice there is a driver's page which you can open up, and you will notice on the touch LEDs and the infrared boards there is the Teach Infinity 2 software. Now, a word that we don't hear very regularly these days is it is free. What you can do with the software, even if you do not have a touch device currently, you can still download it. So for your teachers, your businessmen, your salespeople, if you need to make a presentation, you can do this on your laptop without a touch device. And should you then plug it into a touch device, you will have all of the functionality which will be demoed in this short video. Let's quickly minimize over there. Let's open up our Teach Infinity. It is a quick installation from a IT side, so it's a double click, next, and it will be installed on your PCs. As you can have a look over here, this is our real estate. Now, similar to your Microsoft Whiteboard and your Evernote and all of that for your Infinite Whiteboard space, you'll notice it looks very similar. We've got our toolbar real estate at the bottom, we've got our slides on the side. What we can also do is we can go to a full screen mode. Should you want to, in a boardroom meeting or for a school lesson, utilize the full area that you have available to work with your content. Let's quickly go back over here. So what I will be doing today is just demoing some of the functionality that you can expect from this software. Mainly being your recordings, your emailing, your printing, your saving your time on meetings and of course in school lessons. To start off with our settings, just going to go over there and move into our settings page. You will notice it is very basic. So from a training perspective, should you purchase an interactive solution, you can of course expect free training from our certified trainer. She will come out to your premises and actually train you on how to use the software properly. You'll notice we can choose different language types, different text types, of course your aspect ratios depending on if you've got a projector or you've got an LED screen. You can set up shortcut keys, and of course background colors. Should you not be satisfied with white, you can go for gray, green or black to simulate the old blackboard in a classroom. From here it comes with a lot of tools that are education based. But like I said, it can be used for presentations that you can do in your boardroom, for board meetings, for brainstorming sessions, training sessions. And some of the tools that it comes with in the little toolkit over there is your compasses, your squares, your triangles, your spotlights, which I will quickly demonstrate shortly. Over here, we've got all of our different pen types, so it is customized for every single user that wants to use it. And of course, by using either a stylus or of course your hands, by selecting a pen, it is as easy as that. Now, of course, from a prepping perspective, you can import content here. You can write over it. And of course, like I said, it is an infinite whiteboard space. By touching my little hand over here, I can move that away and I can start writing at a different aspect. Let's quickly do a little smiley face over there. And then, of course, by saving this, emailing it or exporting it to PDF, Word, Excel, it will take all of your slides that you have created on the side and save that. What that does is it saves the teacher and, of course, the presenter a lot of time, and somebody taking minutes of a meeting or students jotting down quickly what the teacher is doing. You can save this and actually email it to your students or your colleagues. You can, of course, print it directly should you have a network printer. And, of course, to create new slides, we just press over there and you'll see it does actually move to the next slide. So some of the nice tools here that I'm quickly going to demonstrate for you. For those of you who cannot draw a perfect square or a perfect triangle like myself, we have got the autocorrect that will autocorrect whichever shape you draw. And of course, let's move over here. Then of course we've got our handwriting recognition. As everybody saw, I write like a 2-year-old. And let's quickly create a new slide. And now we can work here. By continuously writing, you will see it actually picks up the whole sentence that I did write, saving everybody the effort of trying to figure out what is on the board. All of these tools can be customized by different text types, different color types, different sizes. So it is customized to the user that is using it. So if you prefer a thin line, a thicker line, you can do this. Then of course we've got our eraser that everybody would need at some point in time. You can do full screen erasers, you can do separate erasers, single erasers. It is all available to you there. And then of course for the more elementary, we've got our shapes and arrows. So you can do a proper planning session, organogram, a business plan, a flowgram, all of that available in the toolbars. Moving on to the next session, you'll notice I can add text to a specific spot. So if I've got a keyboard or a mouse, or I can even go on my onboard keyboard that is built into our Windows system, it will allow me to actually type the text. Now you'll notice my text on the side here is we've got an American A and we've got a South African A. Now if I do the normal A specifically for our schools, you'll notice it is the South African A. You can change the text type to actually allow for that so that we teach our children the A that we know. Moving on to a next slide, and at any time while we're on the slides, I can go back to any one of the slides which I have now created. And once again, if we go to our settings tab, this can be saved to a local Teach Infinity file, so anybody that has Teach Infinity can modify or change this session. I can also export it to an Excel file, a Word file. Let's quickly open that up. And there are all of the different file formats that I can use. So Excel, PowerPoint, PDF, it is all available for me to save this content. Now, if you have a network server or a network space, a cloud drive, all of this information can be saved to there, and anybody with access to it can see it. So imagine a colleague or a student not being at school for the day. They can log into that cloud, or they can receive the email from the teacher, and they can be up to date with everything that happened in that classroom or business meeting. We close that down. While we are on that subject of just taking little normal images for that, Teach Infinity has a built-in recording function. So should I go into my toolbox over there, select my recording session, what this will do is it will allow me to select my microphone. So whichever microphone you have set up here, it will allow me to select that, and I can record my voice and the full session which I am currently busy with. So it saves in an MP4 format, so you're looking at a very low megabyte rate on a high level of time that you are recording. Let's quickly close that down. To give you a short idea of how that works, let's quickly speed this up slightly. Everything that I have done in this classroom or in this business meeting will then start over. And you can replay it on your media devices, your Windows devices, tablets, Android, any device that you have that can play an MP4 format, you'll be able to watch these videos repetitively. Also, like we are doing on our YouTube channel, you can post them to the YouTube channel. Let's quickly move on. Another feature that teachers or business people like is, of course, our spotlight. So if I would like to set focus to a certain aspect without students or colleagues losing interest or focus, I can actually focus on a certain point. This can be moved bigger and smaller, and then of course I can close it. Go back to our toolbar. Now for the educational market, there is something called a document camera, or what we like to call it, a visualizer. Should you have one of those plugged into your PC or into your device, Teach Infinity will pick up that device, and whatever you have under that, like a microscope, you will be able to display on screen and annotate over that. While we are on the annotation side of things, let's open up a new tab for us over there. To import media, let's quickly go over here. Import media. So what is very important is we're in an era where YouTube and Google is very important in schools as well, because we can actually play that multimedia through to our students or to our colleagues. I am quickly going to open up a little science video that I have over here. Just move that over there and press play. Now you'll notice I'm still in my Teach Infinity software. So I can go to any one of my tools while the video is playing and actually do my notes next to it. By selecting the video, I can skip it. Pause it and then annotate over that to explain better to my students. Right, that lemon over there is going to create 5 volts worth of electricity. So you can charge your cell phone or your tablets from it. And then of course, by moving to next pages, all of those aspects are still there for me to utilize. Okay. Let's go back into our little video over here. So in our little video over here that we've imported, I can of course import numerous videos that I would like over here. Let's quickly go into our little Parrot webcam over here. Now, to give you an idea, our live streaming video today is actually done with our Parrot Interactive webcam, which is that little webcam over there. So hopefully the quality is good enough, or actually great, for you to see how you can actually integrate all of this information with all of the technology from Parrot. You can also from here crop your video, or you can take a screenshot, which will allow you to move that out and you can annotate over other slides. On the annotation aspect as well, by selecting our annotate over, you'll notice I'm now back into my Windows real estate with a toolbar at the bottom. So I can go at any time, select a pen, and now we can say, right, colleagues, friends, kids, these are icons. And you can utilize that once again by saving it into your slide, by taking a snapshot. Let's do that. And that will then save a snapshot to your desktop that you can obviously, as I said, save or send. To move back to our annotation, it's as simple as clicking a button. But what I would like to showcase is if I open a YouTube video. This is a YouTube video about a volcano erupting. I can pause this YouTube video at any stage, select my annotation tools, and now I can make notes on screen for anybody that is interested, or of course my students, as extra material. Because we all know textbooks are very limited. So now we can add content, enrich our students' knowledge base with what we have at hand. Right, let's get back into our real estate over here. Now, of course, everybody's asking the questions. It is now just a huge whiteboard. What else can it do for me? If I move over to my slide settings, I can select backgrounds, which is quite cute for your kindergarten kids. And then, of course, I can add a new slide. And let's add disciplines to the background. So I can do music styles, I can do notes, I can do squares. But let's go to the notes section. So for little kids, now they can go and actually do their ABCs. As you see, I must probably almost failed school, but those lines are there for them to go through. Let's move over to our next slide. Now, all of this functionality, I just want to bring it back to your attention, is free for use. If you have a Parrot solution, or if you don't, please go to our website, go and download it, trial it, see how it works for you. And then, of course, everybody loves our little Excel sheets. Let's create a little sheet over there. There we go. Now, in these little squares, I can now go and also change, adjust sizes, halve the squares, and change the visibility. But this is not necessarily what we want to do. We would like to import an Excel sheet. Now, to do that, all I do over there, File, Import. Let's quickly go over here. Where's my Excel sheet? Please excuse me for the stutter there. And then, of course, let's do Test Excel. This is just an Excel sheet that I played around with yesterday, just to show you that it does actually save any slides that you do enter. Let's go over here, open up a new slide. And of course, from there you can distribute this. Now, everybody does have the Microsoft Office package that can read your Excel, PowerPoint, and PDF files. So let's move on to what else we have over here. Let's create a new page. Now, like I said, the recording functionality is very nice to actually utilize, and the annotations over slides, over anything that you actually want, is quite nice. Now, if I go to my settings file, you will notice there, I've got the print option, I've got send by email. So it is as easy as creating all of your colleagues, all of your students into an email group, and whatever you have done in this whole presentation or in your whole lesson can be then sent to them, also stored in a network storage space, saving everybody the effort of actually trying to write down while focusing, bringing the attention to the person in front, the trainer, the presenter, so that they can actually work with it. Now, this does come free with our Parrot solutions. Most of you that are currently watching do already have some of our Parrot solutions, so please feel free. Should you not have the software, go and download it so that you can play around with it. Working from home, working throughout our little COVID crisis that we have here at the moment, it is so easy to download the software and actually prepare lessons, specifically for your educators, for your business meetings. You can utilize software like AnyDesk, TeamViewer. You can TeamView into each other, and you can actually see the whiteboard functionality that you can share within your colleagues. So currently, we've got Jack sitting looking for our chat on the side. So if you do have any questions, please feel free to actually talk to him over there, and he can answer any of your questions. And we do have a support channel. It is pi.support@parrot.co.za, where we've got a full dedicated team waiting for your tickets so that we can answer any of your questions that you have. Right. Let's quickly go back into our Teach Infinity. So as you can see, it is a very easy to use software package. To go over here, we can quickly see different subjects. It's got 3 different subjects built in: maths, science, and physics. Now, this is more for the education base. Let's quickly do something nice over here. Let's quickly do an electric legend or mechanics. So these are just tools that you can use in your classroom. I can then obviously measure and open it up to change the subject. We've got the subject physics over there. There I can change it to maths, physics, or chemistry. If we move to chemistry, you will notice, let's quickly open the Bunsen burner over there. You can change water levels. You can rotate it. You will notice the water levels actually do change as well. And then, of course, I can open it and I can set it on fire. So imagine the possibilities of drawing the attention of your students specifically with this software package. You can, like I said, import PowerPoint presentations, and it will take all of your presentation slides and add them to the side over here, which you can then open up and annotate at any time. Resave it as a PowerPoint presentation and email that or use that for your presentations. It is not a licensed software. So there is no limit to how many PCs you can install it on. So for a school scenario, a business scenario, you can install it on each and every single PC that you would like in your organization. We close in. And of course, for those of you who have not had training or are more interested, you can go into our help menu, open up the user manual, and it will give you a full explanation of what every and each tool does over here. Then you can play around, fiddle with it, and see how it can suit your needs. To open up our full screen view again, you will notice now I do not have the sidebars. So you've got a bigger real estate that you can utilize over there for whatever information you would like to transfer to your students. Now, I do sincerely hope that all of you will go to our website and quickly download this software package. It's relatively small. It's about 250 megabytes of download. And like I said, you can use this without a touch screen or touch technology. By utilizing a keyboard and a mouse, you can do exactly what I've done on our screen. And then, of course, you can see if you can find a wireless writing pad. That will also make it a lot easier to work with it. For the Lenovo's and the touchscreen interfaces, you can, of course, utilize all the touch functionality that it has there. So, hopefully this session was informative to all of you. And like I said, let's quickly minimize over there. Once you save the information, you will notice it saves as a .htx file. Now, these files are relatively small, and of course, it can only be opened via the Teach Infinity software. Let's quickly open up mine that I have over here. No, I do not want to save it. This is just a fiddle that I did yesterday where you can actually import images as well. And of course, once again, any image that you bring in, you can mirror, you can clip, you can drag and clone. So I can select the annotation tool over here. Let's select something different, something cool. Let's do a highlighter. So let's highlight the projector over there. And then, of course, I can move out and explain. And this is a So this information obviously saves a lot of time for your students to actually jot down quickly what you need to do. Open up a new slide and quickly show you some of the other features that it does have. Then, of course, we've got a nice little laser pointer. It does not work like your conventional laser pointers. You will notice that the circle now flashes in and out, which will draw focus to where I am currently talking. Then, of course, for the ones of you that would like to mark or rate any information, we've got a nice thumbs up little scan over there. And then, of course, let's move through over here. Now, what this is, it can create graphs, geometry, spreadsheets, 3D geometry, apologies about that, CAS and probability. So, this is now more on the math side of things. Let's just wait for that to load. Here I can now actually add my axis points, my parallel lines. Let's go into that. And let's save that into it. And that can now be annotated over again. Let's go through some of the other features over here. Let's draw lines. Now, of course, with our little divider over here, just to showcase some of the nice features that it does have, I can now go and see what the specific angles are. And of course, by changing that, I can do a full circle and I can move that out and explain it anywhere else on my real estate. So for the teachers that love their maths, let's do this. Let's draw a nice square over there. Let's put our protractor in over there. And then, of course, you can explain to your students and show them how a protractor works, what the angles are. Let's quickly do that. There we go. Let's move this out. So you can actually move your lines to wherever you need. Let's go into our calculator. Now, the calculator functionality, everybody loves a calculator. I love a calculator. You'll notice it opens your Windows standard calculator. But of course, by clicking on the standard over there, I can change it to a standard, a scientific, programmer. Let's go to a scientific. And there you've got all of your scientific equations as well. Another nice feature that it does have, specifically for meetings and presentations that you do not know how much time you have left, is let's quickly open up our stopwatch over there. Nice little watch. There we have our stopwatch where it can actually be timed. And then, of course, for your presentations or exams, you can set it to a specific time frame and it will start counting down. So whomever is watching your screen can actually see how much time you have left. We've got about another 10 minutes left, so let's continue into checking what other nice functionality and tools it has. For your technical drawings or perspectives that you need to teach students, or if you're in the engineering industry, let's quickly open up a cuboid. Then, of course, you'll notice there, I can move to my perspectives and actually explain your left, top, right, front views. I can go into a solid mode, and then, of course, you can spin it. So it is nice to explain to everybody how that works. Let's go into some of our other features that we have over here. I can do a normal screen snippet, and then, of course, let's do the very basic maths one. So I've got 1 + 1 = 2. Now, I don't want everybody to see my answer. So I've got a quiz set up on my board. I don't want everybody to see the answer. So I move into my curtain over there, and I can black out with whatever it is. So I can now move down as I have my answers. So you can do a pop quiz in your classrooms. Should you have a questionnaire in a business meeting, you can actually utilize this function as well. It is very based for education, but the whiteboard and the infinite whiteboard aspect is based for businesses, so that you can save time on that. You can build up a resource library. So if you've got a folder filled with videos, pictures, you can actually add all of those pictures, and instead of trying to import those pictures, you can just go straight to your resource library and you can add those images from there. Now, we've got internet and you've got Google, so you've got an unlimited amount of resources that you can actually import into your Teach Infinity to use. If we quickly change our subject over here to maths, which was not one of my strong suits, quickly open up here. You'll notice you've got your figures, your angles. Let's go to our functional graphs. So here you can actually now work with your functional graph. You can modify it, change it, make it bigger, and then, of course, annotate anywhere next to it. Like I said, the annotation aspect, you can annotate on anything, over anything, whichever one you prefer. Okay, let's quickly go over here. Let's move that up over there, and let's actually do a save. So let's go over there, File, Export. Just to give you an idea, let's move it into a PowerPoint presentation. Okay, it's just still exporting over there. Where did it save my PowerPoint now? Apologies about that. Just need to check where it saved it. File, export. Let's go over here and save. And then, of course, if I open my Excel sheet over there, you'll notice that all of my slides that I've created is now logged as different pages within the Excel sheet. So it's not that it compresses everything. The amount of slides that you have, it will actually allocate at the bottom. Now, in your Word software package, basically what it will do is it will create a page for everything that you've done. In PowerPoint, it will create a slide for everything that you've done. And this can be sent off so easily to your colleagues, to your students, so that they've got a library of everything that you've done in your classroom. Now, what I did earlier, if we open up a new slide, let's quickly close that over there. what I did earlier is show you the action replay, exactly like we have in our sports channels where they need to confirm or see that something happened. Let's say, for instance, you've got a colleague that missed what you said, or you've got a student that missed what you said. You can actually press the action replay. You can set the different speeds at which it needs to play back for you. So as an educator or as a business person, you don't have to redo everything that you've done so that they can see or follow what you are busy with. So that functionality is built in there as well. Let's quickly move that over there. Let's quickly open up our Excel sheet again. Okay, now under Excel, it does have its built-in features of writing. Of course, we will go through that. I think Paul might have a session on that. So let's quickly open up our Teach Infinity, go back there. Now what Teach Infinity allows me to do, like I said earlier with annotation, is I don't have to battle with the built-in tools. It is actually an annotate over. So even if you're gaming in a certain window, you can stop it and actually make your annotation notes over that. Right. I hope this session was successful to everybody. We've got our support channels, like I said, the pi.support@parrot.co.za, and then of course on our website, should you require any live information, there is a live chat that you can utilize over there. We do have our interactive Facebook page where we will be keeping everybody up to speed on relevant information. The software package itself is free, as I said, easily accessible from our website and fully supported by our technicians that are on our supporting structure. Should you not want to send an email and actually talk to somebody, you can go to our website. There is our contact details and you can ask for the interactive department and we can assist you from there. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you very much for your time for our 3rd live stream. We hope to see you next week for our 4th live stream. Have a lovely day.